Hi, my name is Daniel Spolstra, and I'm giving my persuasive speech today. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards right here. Pick one, anyone. No, that's not. As you can see, I'm ready to give my speech. Right now. Okay. So, have you ever gone to another country, right? And their currency happens to be worth more than yours, and you feel really bad inside, like maybe you're worth less as your currency is worth less. This is the system that's happening in America right now in our democratic system through the Electoral College. Now, Vox held a statistic where it says that 61% of voters actually want to abolish this Electoral College system that we have. So the whole majority in this divisive time of 2020. I am here to support that. I think that should be abolished for a more representative system. I will tell you the origins of what this thing is. In the first place, I'm going to tell you the inherent bias that comes with it being enacted in the United States. I'm going to give you guys an example of a better solution other than the Electoral College. Now, first, let's talk about how it works. According to the New York Times, there was the Constitutional Convention in 1787 to try to equalize the states because they had differing populations. So they created a system where there was an elector based off of population size, representatives based off of population size, and there would also be these electors to as many electors as representatives. As you can see right here, they created a system where if you get the population votes for a certain candidate, the majority of the population, they get the entirety of those electoral votes, the amount of electors. In this case in Minnesota, it's 10 electors right here. He gets 46% over that 45%, and that candidate wins. Anyways, there was initially a nonpartisan version of this Electoral College, but eventually people over time wanted to utilize this to their own advantage, making it more partisan. According to Time, there was this thing called the 12th Amendment that was ratified in 1804, where it enacted purely partisan elections. This meant that parties can now choose these partisan electors as they wish, instead of them being government ordained. According to Vox, there is a swing state. There are a system of swing states where smaller your population, the more impact you will have on the election. As you can see right here, there is the voter in Wyoming has 3 times the voting power as the voter in California from changing the status quo, because they have a less of a population and therefore could have more value. This creates this discrepancy in our democratic system, and that is not ideal. There's also a system where you could run for president and you could win this thing called the popular vote, but not the electoral vote, or vice versa. You could win the electoral vote, but not the popular vote. This has happened in 2016 with Hillary Clinton winning the popular vote. This has happened all the way back to 1860 when Abraham Lincoln lost the popular vote but won the electoral vote. Now, what is the popular vote? Is it a really viable solution for this problem that we have? In my opinion, yes. NBC News says that the popular vote is a direct way to vote for a candidate, no middleman of the elector. The New York Times has acknowledged that though it has no legal value, it is still measured. So all we have to do is just act on it. The NBC says that there's this new bill that's been approved by 15 states called the National Vote Interstate Compact. It's a bipartisan bill which aims to just count the popular vote. And the National Popular Vote Incorporation has this website called thepopularvote.com, in which you can actually type in your zip code, look up your legislator, and ask if you're one of the states that has approved this. And if you're not, you can contact your legislator and tell them to enact the popular vote in our future elections. This would create a one person, one vote policy for our elections. Now, I have told you what the Electoral College is. I have told you that what the popular vote is, why it trumps the Electoral College in terms of representation. The popular vote is outdated. It is partisan. It is a vote for state by state elections, when in actuality we should have a national vote for a national president, where every vote is equal. Now, in 1796, in his farewell address, George Washington stated that partisanship means cunning ambitions of unprincipled men will enable themselves to subvert power of people and usurp themselves into the reins of government. And that is happening currently today with the Electoral College. So if we use a popular vote, we can end this once and for all. Thank you.
It's like 6 minutes something, close to
6 minutes?
Yeah, it's like almost 7, I'd say.
I saw